Bichette out in front of it. He fans for the second time. And Lowe has struck out 6.
Number 2, the center fielder, Carl Everett.
Let's pause for station identification on the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
You're watching WFXT, Fox 25 Boston, home of the Red Sox.
Carl Everett slashes at the first one and fouled it away. He is grounded out twice. Floater up and away. Lowe might be tiring. Another pitch up. You mentioned what their rotation is likely to be. He's the only starters over 25 years old. He's 30. White Sox now, with the trade of James Baldwin, have an average age on their entire team of 27.7. They're the second youngest team in the major leagues. Only Minnesota has a younger average age. Everett strikes out to end the inning, but the Red Sox have tied it up on the home run by Nomar Garciaparra. 2-2 after 6.
Of course you got a pest problem.
What do you mean?
You got food everywhere. Everything they love. Can you blame them?
Well,
Shh.
Problem is, you can't kill them. All you can do is control them.
It's go time.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
So that's how they're getting it.
Hi, how are you? May I help you find something today? Tangerine. That's fun, isn't it? Do you do fuchsia? I don't like to call them colors. I like to call them flavors. Want to take that?
I'll think about it.
It's the right thought, but the wrong gift certificate. Next time, give the American Express gift check instead of one place. It's good all over the place. Available at Fleet.
All tied at 2 as we move to the top of the 7th here at Fenway Park, and the Red Sox will have a new pitcher. To start the top of the 7th, Bill Pulsipher coming on for the 14th time this season. Opponents average only 184 off Pulsipher. 11 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 8 walks and 10 strikeouts. His last outing against the Blue Jays on the 26th, a third of an inning in that ball game.
Left-handed hitter Johnson to lead off, and then 2 switch hitters do, Durham and Valentine, against Pulsipher. And there is no action in the Boston bullpen. Johnson takes the ball. He was 0 for 2 against Cone, grounded to second and struck out. Cone went 6 innings and allowed 2 runs, earned on 3 hits. One of them the Valentine home run. 1 pitch after it appeared that Valentine struck out. David walked 4. 2 of those were right after the home run. And he struck out 7. He threw 103 pitches and 60 of them were strikes. He retired the last 4 men he faced. He will not be involved in the decision today, although the Red Sox will try to extend their streak. They've won the last 10 games started by Cone. David hasn't gotten a win in all of those. And they'll try to make it 11 straight wins and a Cone start today. 2-1 from Pulsipher, pulled sharply foul over the roof on the right. You watch that one intently. Is that about where you parked, right over there?
No, it's got a ways to go before it gets to my car.
That's right. You're way down the end because you're right where you can get right out when the game's over.
Exactly right. That might end up in the players' parking lot.
Down the third base line, it took a funny hop, and then Hillenbrand couldn't find it after it hit his body. Johnson's on. He's walking gingerly, looking like he might have pulled something on his way down the line.
Well, a lot of spin on this off the bat of the left-hander. Hillenbrand will go into the dive. Looked like it took a strange hop on it. Yeah, right there, it kicked back. And you don't usually see that. Must have hit a divot and then kicked back toward the body of Hillenbrand. That'll go as a base hit. Take a look now at Johnson as he, right.
He twisted his ankle. No wonder. Ray Durham batting right-handed. Showed bunt and looked at a strike. He reached on an error in the first. He singled and scored in the third. He grounded the second in the fifth. Johnson not a fast runner at first. Being held by Daubach. The bunt. Hulsifer has a play at second. He throws to Garcia-Parra for the out. Durham safe on a fielder's choice. He couldn't get the job done with the sacrifice. Well done by Pulsifer for the first out of the inning. And an awkward catch of it by Garcia-Parra with the arm extended in anticipation of the runner's arrival.
Awkward throw too, almost a submarine style throw that was taking off on Nomar at second base. He made a fine play just to catch that ball and keep contact with the bag with Johnson barreling in on him.
Well, they don't want to make it easy on Nomar today. They're going to test him in a variety of ways, make sure he's ready to go.
Get an off day tomorrow. Can rest up for a day.
Valentin batting right-handed. Hit a home run in the fifth left-handed. Solo homer. He's also walked and grounded out. 2-2 game, seventh inning. Pulsifer asked for time to tie his shoe, so Valentin will wait. The Yankees still lead Toronto 8-0. They've gone to the seventh. Rod Beck is going to begin warming up. White Sox also have action, so it's possible that Lowe is done for the afternoon. Valentin pops it up shallow right center. Long run for everyone, and it's Steins with a nice over the shoulder catch. Throw to first, not in time. Durham had to scamper back. It looked for a long time like that one was going to drop. But Steins with an excellent play for the second out.
Well, you knew there was trouble when Nixon looked in towards Stein. Nixon realized he had no chance at it, so Steins just reaches out and makes the basket catch over the shoulder.
How hard is that, Jerry? As a second baseman, you know better than anybody.
You know, we get spoiled because we get to see Hoffman do it all the time. You just see Steins do it, and that is a very difficult play because you don't see the baseball. You're looking back at the outfield to see if he can make the play. You take a peek up and you try to catch it over your shoulder. Not an easy play at all, and these guys make it look easy.
With the right-handed hitters now, Lee, Ordonez, Canseco, Canerco all coming up. Jimmy Williams summons Rod Beck. 2-2 the score. We're in the seventh inning at Fenway Park.
Nice collection, Terry.
Nice reminder, too, Howie.
Of
the Sprint store at Radio Shack.
You're 2 minutes slow.
Actually, I'm thousands of minutes ahead.
Get 3,000 Sprint PCS minutes a month only at Radio Shack for just $29.99 a month for 6 months. Plus, save up to $75 in mail-in rebates.
But these clocks are still off.
Well, somebody should reset them.
While somebody else
makes a few phone calls.
Only at the Sprint store at Radio Shack.
It's the all-new Pick Your Prize Monopoly game at McDonald's. When you win, you pick your prize.
Ahoy, matey! We'll take to the open sea.
I am the ATV of your dreams.
Hey there, don't listen to those two. A snowmobile's a real treat up in the North Woods.
Snow. Over here, matey, pick me.
No, they are wrong. I am the one for you.
Don't miss the Pick Your Prize Monopoly game, because now winning's easy, choosing's hard.
Yeah, when a lake freezes over, he's out of commission.
Arr!
The all-new 200 horsepower Acura RSX.
Pulsifer gets his job done, and of course the Cherno switch hitters around to the right side with it not quite as effective. Now with the right hand is coming to the plate. Rod Beckman for the 51st time. That ties him with Quantrill and Stanton for the most appearances in the American League, and he's had some time off. His last outing was against the Blue Jays on the 26th. Got the save in that game, going 2/3 of an inning. Recently it's been the home run ball that has been hurting Rod Beck.
No question about that. The total up to 11 for the season given up by Beck. And here's a dangerous hitter at the plate. Carlos Lee was struck out. He doubled to knock in a run in the third. He walked and stole second in the fifth. Speedy runner at first in Durham. Beck's first pitch, a ball high. The throw from Hedberg. Not in time. Steins tagged Durham up around the helmet while the legs were on the bag. So Durham has a stolen base, and the White Sox have the go-ahead run in scoring position now with 2 outs.
Well, it's the one advantage of having speed throughout your lineup. You mess up the sacrifice bunt, but with the base steal, you still got a chance to get in the scoring position. There's the tag on the helmet. And apparently the foot on the bag for Durham before the tag.
White Sox will run. They have 91 steals as a team now. By comparison, the Red Sox have 30.
Yankees still lead the American League in steals, 121 prior to today's game.
So Durham at second now with 2 outs in a 2-2 game in the 7th. The 1-2 to lead. If Beck doesn't get that pitch, he's going to have a tough time.
Well, it's not too high. I guess it's called for being inside.
Now the 2-2 pitch. That one is up and in. The 3-2 to lead. Wasn't close. And Beck thought he had him struck out and the inning was over. That's a familiar refrain today. Instead, Lee reaches and the inning continues. 2 men on now.
Number 30
with Ordonez coming up.
Maglio Ordonez.
Maglio's 0 for 2 with a walk. White Sox trying to get to a game above 500 for the 3rd time this year. What's wrong with that pitch?
It's the same one he didn't call a strike on Lee, and you can see how upset Beck is. He snaps at it when it comes back from Hedberg.
Strike. But call the ball. Jimmy Williams staring in the direction of Brian Gorman. There's a strike. And a mock cheer now for the home plate umpire Brian Gorman.
Must be a Sunday thing, you know, with the umpires. It was Brinkman last Sunday in Chicago, brutal, and not too good here this afternoon.
This
for
guy's
Gorman.
brutal too. Chopped on the left side. It's a hit. Durham around. Ramirez throw offline. He fielded the ball flat-footed. Wasn't in good position to throw it. So Beck thought he had Lee struck out to end the inning. The inning continues, and the White Sox get another run.
Yeah, Beck had a few words too for Gorman as he walked by him. heading back toward the mound. Ramirez stopped charging here. He just kind of played the ball. He had a good charge and he stopped. And that cost him some time at home plate. Throw up the first base line. There's Beck as he goes by Gorman, gives him a look. And then a few words with Hatterberg.
That run is charged to Pulsifer. So he's the pitcher of record right now. And here's Canseco taking a strike. 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts is Jose. 3 runs, 5 hits for Chicago, 2 runs, 4 hits, and an error for Boston. Lowe. The White Sox, as we mentioned, above the 500 mark only twice. They were 1-0 after winning their season opener. And they were 46 and 45 on July 17. They've been hovering around the 500 mark, but they're 1-6 this year in games they've entered with a 500 mark. That's the case today. 51 and 51. They've lost their last 3 when they've tried to get back above 500, but they have the lead in the 7th inning today. Beck ahead of Canseco 1-2.
All that runs today coming with 2 outs, similar to what the Red Sox did in game 1 of this series.
One-two pitch in the dirt, blocked by Hatterberg. The 2-2 now to Canseco. Chopped up the middle. Garcia Parra flips to Steins to end the inning. Let the White Sox get another tainted run. At the 7th inning stretch, they lead 3-2. You're watching the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
They're a breath of fresh air. These women turn heads.
You can just suck them out.
Speak from the heart.
Now on, I'm only marrying for love. Possibly once more for money.
And show real dedication to family. Patty and Selma. Catch them in The Simpsons weeknights at 7:30 on Fox 25.
Here's the situation. Mother-in-law won't eat spicy. Father-in-law's got cholesterol issues. Aunt Frances has problems with Italian. And Uncle Fred is starving and, quote, lightheaded. We know nothing about Cleveland. We're here for a wedding, which may become a funeral if poor Uncle Fred doesn't eat soon. But with AT&T Wireless, in like 2 minutes, I'm holding in the palm of my hand the name and address of a respectable chicken joint. And it looks like Uncle Fred's gonna live to see the wedding after all.
AT&T Wireless. Your world close at hand.
Even when money is no object, value is. Announcing 0% financing plus 0 first month's payment when you buy or lease any new 2001 Lincoln, including the new Lincoln Town Car Signature Series Premium Edition with complimentary moonroof, complimentary 6-disc CD changer, even complimentary maintenance. You must act now for 0% financing and 0 first month's payment on all 2001 Lincolns.
Boston Red Sox baseball on Fox 25 is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, celebrating 30 years of freedom. 30 years, one mission, low fares. And by McDonald's, we love to see you smile. 3-2 White Sox in the 7th inning stretch, and the new pitcher for Chicago after 6 innings from the starter Sean Lowe is Alan Embry.
Second appearance of this series. He pitched a third of an inning in the first game and struck out Troy O'Leary in that ball game. Embry coming over from the San Francisco Giants.
And during the inning, we're going to check the scoreboard, brought to you by your friendly New England Dodge dealers. They're in the 7th now in Toronto, and the Yankees lead 9-2. Soriano, Martinez, and Posada all with home runs. Brian Daubach, the leadoff batter against Embry. And the first pitch is a strike. The Tigers 7, the Indians 3 in the 7th. Roger Cedeno, a home run. Marty Cordova's hit one for the Indians. Later on, the Royals in Kansas City. Wilson against Zito. The Twins and the Mariners. Milton against Garcia. The Orioles and the Angels. Mercedes versus Valdez. The Devil Rays and the Rangers. Kennedy versus Helling. Over in the National League this afternoon, the Phillies and Mets are tied at 2. Bobby Abreu, a 2-run homer, is 22nd. The Marlins and the Reds playing in Cincinnati at 6-4 for the Reds. The Braves and Expos in Montreal 2-1 Atlanta. They're in the 7th. 2 to Daubach, hit him on the hand. Jim Rowe out to take a look at Daubach.
Right on the right hand, it looked like. The bottom hand on the bat.
The third baseman, Shea Hillenbrand.
The hand of the wrist. Embry trying to go inside with the 2-strike count against Daubach. Too far inside.
Here's Hillenbrand. He shoots one foul and right. Shea is homered and popped up back to the mound. Lowe caught it in the 5th inning. Pirates lead the Astros 2-1 in the 7th. Good pitchers duel. Wade Miller and Todd Ritchie. Padres and Brewers in Milwaukee today. 2-0 San Diego in the 3rd. Wild swing by Hillenbrand for strike 2. Later on, the Giants and the Diamondbacks. Estes against Randy Johnson. The Cardinals and the Cubs. Morris against Tavares. And the Rockies against the amazing Dodgers, who've won 13 out of 15. Chacon against James Baldwin, the former White Sox pitcher, will pitch for LA tonight. Dodgers have moved into 1st in the West despite all the injuries to those starting pitchers. Chopped on the left, a wild throw into the dugout by Leifer. That ball apparently is in play. The runners were slowing down. Finally they pick it back up. What a terrible play by Leifer. First of all, he had to play at second base on Daubach and never even looked in that direction. And then he threw a ball nowhere near Konerko. That clanged around by the Boston dugout and kicked back out to the field and was in play. And the Red Sox have 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. What a huge break.
Well, he's in a 1-run lead. He's going to be going to second base to get Daubach on that to cut down the potential tying run from getting the scoring position. He doesn't even look in that direction, then lets it fly, and apparently caroms off the dugout and stays in play. Daubach to 3rd, Hillenbrand to 2nd on the error. Big break there for the Red Sox.
Well, that's enormous. Terrible play physically and mentally by Leifer. And now Embry in a jam. The infield's in for Chicago. Hatteberg the batter. They do have a right-hander in the bullpen if you're wondering about a pinch hitter for Hatteberg. Lefty versus lefty. They actually have 2 right now in the bullpen. Embry missed. Sean Lowe, the starter, went 6 innings, allowed 2 runs, earned on 4 hits, including a pair of solo homers by Hillenbrand and Garcia Parra. Lowe walked 3, struck out 7. He threw 108 pitches, 62 strikes. He'd be the winner if the bullpen can protect it, but it's a tenuous lead for Chicago right now. 1-1 high up under the chin of Hatteberg.
Interesting choice too by Jerry Manuel. He's got the infield in with the 1-run lead, but 2 men in scoring position, nobody out. Certainly cuts down on the rage of those infielders, any type of ground ball. Although Hatteberg generally a fly ball hitter.
He has the count in his favor. 2 balls and a strike. Embry's pitch way inside. 3-1 with Steins on deck. He's likely to see a new pitcher. 33,375. The 49th sellout of the year here at Fenway Park. There have been only 3 non-sellouts. They've seen a game that's been tight throughout. The 3-1 to Hatteberg. Swing and a miss. Embry did not come with the fastball. With the count 3-1, and Hatteberg was out in front of the off-speed pitch.
Now you're really thinking as a hitter, he goes 3-1 with the breaking ball. What's he going to do on 3-2? This fastball, work off that.
Big pitch in the game right here. The 3-2 to Hatteberg. Low, ball 4. That one handcuffed Johnson. So the bases are loaded without a hit. A hit batsman, an error, and a walk. And here comes Manuel to give Embry the hook and bring in a right-hander to pitch to Steins. Red Sox down a run in the 7th, but with a great chance to tie it or take the lead when we come back.
Pedro, can you win 30 games this year?
I'm not sure, but I'll give it a try.
Pedro, do you think this is the year?
We'll just take it one game at a time and give it 100% effort.
Hey, this is a 2-part question. Did you know that the lobster roll was back at McDonald's?
Yes, I did know.
And how do you feel about that?
Hungry.
Thank you.
Delicious lobster roll is back at McDonald's, and now you get more lobster than ever for just $4.99. Plus, you can get a disposable camera with free film processing for $1.99 when you buy an extra value meal.
Here you go, kid.
Thank you. Listen, I need that freeway story by noon. Not now. Come on, come on. Yeah. Sure. You better not be dead again.
What if people treated you
Let's go.
the way you treat your car? Pep Boys treats cars right. Introducing Energizer to our quality line of ProStart automotive batteries.
All right. Who wants to give me a hand?
All you need to know is where to go. Pep Boys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in my Ford, let's go for a drive.
The Ford Authorized Clearance is here. The best time for the best deals on America's best sellers.
A little bit of fun along the way.
The fun is back and so are the deals. Now get $1,000 cash back or low 2.9 financing on all 2001 Ford Focus models, including the 4-door. That's $1,000 cash back or 2.9 financing on Ford Focus. Only during the Ford Authorized Clearance. Going on now at your New England Ford dealer.
Boston Red Sox baseball on Fox 25 is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. When the action heats up this season, cool off at your neighborhood Dunkin' Donuts. Loosen up a little. 3-2 White Sox, but the Red Sox have loaded the bases with nobody out. Just about the tightest spot imaginable for a relief pitcher. And that's the situation in which Gary Glover finds himself.
His last outing was a spot start against Cleveland. That's when Baldwin was traded. He got the start in that game and went 3 1/3 innings against the Indians. He has worked back and forth this year between the Major League White Sox and Charlotte, the AAA ball club. A couple of different call-ups, overall making his 32nd appearance of the series and the first of this series against the Red Sox.
Here comes Chris Steins, who's been a hot hitter the last couple of days. 3 hits and was on base 4 times yesterday. Today he has grounded out, walked, and singled. The Red Sox are due for a hit with men in scoring position. They're 0 for the last 14 since the first inning on Friday night. Dahlbach at third, Hillenbrand at second, Hatteberg at first. Steins 9 for his last 16 with men in scoring position. Nixon's on deck. Steins pops it up. Infield fly rule in effect. Konerko waves away Durham. They were waving at each other. The ball was into foul territory. Didn't matter if they dropped it. Actually, it would have mattered because then it would have been a foul ball. The infield fly rule was in effect, though.
Yeah, Durham, you know, they want those easy putouts, and he was way over there trying to call off Konerko. Konerko said, "Hey, get out of my life."
Yeah, he waved at Durham as if he was a little pest. Watch the right hand. Just kind of get away from him. That's a big first out without getting a run in. Now Nixon. 0 for 2 with a walk today. He struck out with a couple of men on in the 5th inning. The infield back up the middle now at double play depth for Chicago. Nixon takes a fastball and a good one, 94 miles an hour, right down the middle. Garciaparra is on deck. 3-2 Chicago in the 7th. Gary Glover, the third pitcher of the afternoon for the White Sox, and his backdoor breaking ball flipped out of play by Nixon, so Trott's in the hole, 0-2. Glover's in his first year in the Chicago organization. Been the Toronto chain his entire professional career until this year. Acquired in the offseason for pitcher Scott Air. The 0-2. Lowe. Glover steps off. He had just one game of major league experience with Toronto back in '99 prior to this season. He spent all of last year in Triple-A with the Blue Jays affiliate in the International League, the Syracuse Sky Chiefs, where he was a starter. He's 24 years old. Another big guy, 6'5". 205 pounds.
We're talking about it last weekend in Chicago. They're going to have a heck of an offseason basketball team to travel around.
Nixon trying to deliver the tying run from third. Brian Daubach there. The go-ahead runs at second. Shea Hillenbrand. Scott Hatteberg at first. Outfield around toward left. The 1-2 to Nixon. Strike three at the knees. Good fastball. And a good pitch by Glover for the big second out. So he inherited the bases loaded and nobody out. He's got 2/3 of the job completed. And now he'll have to deal with the man of the hour, Nomar Garciaparra. And how appropriate that Nomar should come up in this spot. It's his day. And he ignited the crowd with a leadoff homer in the 6th that tied up the ball game. His only hit in 3 at-bats. He grounded out in the 1st inning and struck out in the 3rd with a couple of men on. Marty Contreras, the pitching coach, with a brief visit to the mound. This guy's throwing hard. Glover in the mid-90s. Nomar has risen to the occasion regularly with the bases loaded throughout his career, an average of .403, 3 grand slams. He had 2 of those grand slams in the same game against Seattle. He takes the ball low. Glover started him with a breaking ball. 3-2 Chicago, 7th inning. Bases loaded and 2 outs. Fastball outside, 2-0. And Omar can be selective here. No place to put him. Manny Ramirez on deck, hoping to hit here in the 7th. Glover's 2-0 pitch. Lined up the middle. Base hit. Daubach is in. Here comes Hillenbrand. Nomar's done it again. The Red Sox lead. It's 4-3.
Well, the one positive thing for Nomar by falling behind 2-0, I should experts say he got to see both the breaking ball and fastball. Then on a 2-0 count, he sees the fastball, he has it read, and shoots it up the middle for the base hit. Dahlbach and Hillenbrand around the score. The Red Sox take the 4-3 lead.
They lead for the first time today. Garciaparra with 3 runs batted in. 2 for 4 in his return with a homer and the big 2-run single. Manny put one back on the screen. It is indeed Nomar's day at Fenway Park. Started with an error on the first play of the game and has brightened considerably since. The 2 runs charged to Embry. The error by Leifer, a huge play in this game. A 1-strike pitch to Ramirez in the dirt and barely corralled by that mid of Johnson. Manny's 0 for 3 today. Struck out twice and grounded to first. Four runs, 5 hits, and an error for Boston. 3 runs, 5 hits, and a huge error by Chicago here in the 7th. Lovers 1-1, Lowe away, and another ball dug out of the dirt by Johnson. The 2-1. Foul out of play to the right.
Well, this is the combination Red Sox fans have been looking forward to seeing for a long time. Garciaparra hitting in front of Manny Ramirez.
Ever since they signed Manny in the offseason. Red Sox fans have been waiting to see these two back-to-back. Finally a chance to see it today. Omar's done his part. Now Ramirez trying to contribute. The 2-2 pitch. Hit hard and deep and foul and right. Hit a long way. Foul. Don't see many balls hit that far by a right-handed hitter. They're wide of the foul pole and right.
This guy's throwing hard too.
He's been in the mid-90s. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on, 2 runs in. The Red Sox lead 4-3. Breaking ball hit in the air in shallow right. Ordonez fighting the sun. Makes the catch. That ends the inning, but the Red Sox get 2 on a dramatic 2-out hit by Garciaparra. After 7, the Red Sox lead 4-3. This is the Fox 25 Red Sox Television Network. Here's Tori Ryden at the Fox 25 News Desk.
Thanks, guys. This is no question Nomar's day. We'll have the latest from Fenway on his return. Also, I'm wondering if either Sean or Jerry rides a hog. Thousands of bikers took over Boston area streets today. We'll talk with some of them about their honorable cause. Days of talks pay off for Shaw's workers. They're staying on the job, averting a strike. And he made news with his Uncle Ted on a Florida beach. Now, William Kennedy Smith considers a run for Congress.
We've been hogging the sunshine all weekend long, but the stormy weather's not far away. I'll have the latest forecast.
All right, thanks, Kevin. I'm Tori Ryden. Hope you'll join us for Fox 25 News tonight at 10.
I'm Sal Bertolami of JB Sash and Door. I'm Johnny Pesky of the Red Sox. We're the Window Boys. Let's do this Marvin window commercial without Billy, like the old days.
They'll wait for me. I'm the new star.
Here's the easiest tilting window ever, Sal. It's the Marvin-clad Ultimate Double Hung. Maintenance-free and durable. All wood inside and made for you to fit perfectly.
They'll wait. Marvin sells itself anyway.
And Marvin hides the balance system so you don't see it. And I don't see Billy, and that's even better.
Just a little bit of heaven. I found my place in the sky. Grabbed the dice and rolled a 7. Now I've got a piece of the pie. When I'm swinging, angels are singing.
There's nothing like a Dunkin' Donut to take the hectic out of your commute.
Heaven.
Stop by today for a great deal on our delicious donuts. Buy 6 of your favorite donuts and get 6 donuts free.
A dramatic return to action for Nomar Garciaparra today. He homered to tie the game in the 6th, and after the Red Sox fell behind by a run again, he drove in 2 runs with 2 outs with a single in the 7th. Give the Red Sox their first lead. 4-3 as we go to the 8th. Time for league leaders, brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. We check the ERA leaders in the American League. This is going to be the last day, at least for a while, that Pedro will lead the league. After today, he won't have enough innings to qualify. You have to pitch at least 1 inning for every game your team's played, and Pedro will no longer qualify after today. Jason Johnson, Tim Hudson, Mark Burley, and Joe Mays, the rest of the top 5. League leaders brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. Konerko pops one up, not very high. Dahlbach charging, slides, can't get it. Landed right near the camera at the near end of the Red Sox dugout. Konerko 0 for 3. And his 8-game hitting streak snapped yesterday. He's trying to avoid putting together back-to-back hitless games. Konerko, Leifer, and Singleton due up, and you know Leifer would like to atone for that huge error he just made in the bottom of the 7th. Rod Beck delivers a breaking ball for strike 2. Beck came in last inning, walked the first batter he faced, then gave up the single to Ordonez that drove in Durham with the go-ahead run at the time. That run was charged to Pulsifer, but now he's off the hook for a loss. As the Red Sox have taken the lead, Beck in position for a win. It's still 6 outs needed to be accumulated by the Red Sox relievers to secure the victory. Check swinging a ball up and in. 2-2 on Konerko. Yankees in Toronto in the 8th inning, 9-3 New York. The only other game underway in the American League, Detroit leads Cleveland 8-3 in the 9th in Detroit. Now the 2-2 from Beck. Konerko hits it hard to center. It's hooking away from Everett. He'll have to play it off the wall at the 379 mark, and Konerko has a leadoff double. Back and forth they go. White Sox trailing for the first time today after the 2 in the Boston 7th, trying to come right back and get at least the equalizer.
Shading Konerko to the opposite field, breaking ball. He'll find that gap. Looks like a pinch runner coming out now for Konerko at second base.
Tony Graffinino.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. For Chicago, now running for Konerko at second base, number 17.
Tony Graffinino running for Konerko.
Graffinino now running for Konerko. And now batting, number 39.
Let's see how Jerry Manuel plays it with Leifer up there.
Leifer.
Hillenbrand on the edge of the grass at third. Leifer's 0 for 2 with a walk. He struck out last time up. Takes the ball low and away. There's action now in the Boston bullpen.
Alto Pachado loosening up out for the Red Sox. Working toward the bottom of the batting order here. You would expect he'd let Leifer be swinging away.
And he drives it to right. Graffinino back to tag up as Nixon makes the catch. Nixon's throw. It hits the runner. It's backed up by Beck. It hit the runner and caromed past Hillenbrand, but Beck where he is supposed to be. Prevent that one from going into the dugout. So Leifer does his job, advancing the runner to third on a fly ball to right. The tying run at third with 1 out.
Well, with men on base, you have a job as a pitcher, and that's to back up bases, and it's a good thing Beck did here because this ball caroms right off the runner, but right to Rod Beck, who is in front of that White Sox dugout. Now the infield pulled in. This will be interesting because you got a very good bunter at the plate in Singleton.
Number 12.
In this situation, if he decides to bunt, it doesn't necessarily have to be a squeeze. It could be a safety squeeze.
Red Sox have the infield in. Singleton, a slumping hitter at the plate. 0 for 3 today. 2 for his last 17. He takes a breaking ball on the outside corner at the knees for a strike. And he's 5 for his last 31. That's on the heels of an 8-game hitting streak that ended on July 15th. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and in. Not a good looking cut by Singleton. 0-2.
No, that was the curveball from Beck, and Singleton. Almost a half-hearted swing as Derek Lowe has joined Pachado in the bullpen.
The 0-2 from Beck. He struck him out with another awkward looking swing by Singleton.
Those last 2 swings by Singleton, it's almost like the first time in his life he's seen a breaking ball.
Number 8.
He was expecting to get a fastball on every pitch and was surprised by every breaking ball that he saw.
I think your idea about the squeeze or safety squeeze might have been the way to go there.
A better option.
Yeah. So the infield can back up. Beck still has work to do as he pitches to the number 9 hitter, Mark Johnson. He's 1 for 3 of that strange infield hit. Took the bounce in front of Hillenbrand last inning. 1 strike on Johnson. Having a good year with the bat, hitting .291. Graffinito the pinch runner at third, the tying run. 4-3 Boston in the 8th. The 0-1 pitch is just low. With that infield hit, Johnson's hit in 5 straight games. Beck thought it was a strike. It almost looked like he had his right arm up in the air, as an umpire would raise his right arm to call a strike.
That's about 3 or 4 for Beck in this game.
You hate to say it, Jerry, but every time it seems like with 2 outs, the umpires missed a strike call.
It's hurt. Yep. It's
hurt the Red Sox today. They missed one on Valentini. It's a homer. They missed one on Lee. He reached. 3-1 pitch. There's a strike. On a breaking ball, so it's a full count. A number of big pitches in recent innings in this game, and here comes another one from Beck to Johnson. Foul ball past Wallace Johnson, the third base coach. Another 3-2 pitch and another foul ball. None of the fans thought it was a strikeout. They didn't see the ball rolling away.
It's a good thing it was not a strikeout, because that run would have scored and Johnson would have been down at first base.
Johnson, yet another first-round pick on this White Sox team. He was the 26th player taken in the '94 draft. 3-2 pitch, fouled off his foot. This will be the 9th pitch with the at-bat for Beck and Johnson. Tying run at third, 2 outs, 8th inning, 4-3 Red Sox, and the pitch missed, low and away. So a well-earned walk for Johnson. The second walk given up by Beck. He's pitched 1 inning. And here comes Jimmy Williams. Where's he going?
I think he was trying to get the umpire's attention on which reliever he wanted. He's pointing to the back, so that means it's going to be Derek Lowe.
He's going to want Lowe to get 4 outs to close it and save it. Lowe's been shaky of late, and he comes into a pressure-packed situation here, trying to save it for Rod Beck. 4-3 Red Sox. We'll be back right after this.
So I'm coming home one weekend and I'm running on fumes, so I pull over to fill up. But of course I can't find my wallet, right? So there I am, like 80 miles from home and about 100 from school, and I'm looking under the seat and in the glove compartment for some change, and I pull out like a handful, but it was enough to get me home.
Get 0.9% APR on a 2002 Saturn SL1. For restrictions, see your retailer.
Welcome to the show, MLB 2002. Rated E for everyone.
PlayStation.
More overall interior room than Jeep Grand Cherokee. More standard towing capacity than Ford Explorer. More horsepower in a midsize SUV than anything else in the world. We gave the all-new Chevy Trailblazer a lot more. Except here. Lease the 2002 Trailblazer 4-wheel drive LS for as low as $369 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for lease details. After driving one, everything else just seems kinda weak. Trailblazer at your Chevy dealer.
4-3 Red Sox in the 8th inning. Tonight, following Fox 25 News at 10, it's Sports Sunday. With Tom Zenner, Butch Stearns, and Levin Reed, they'll have a Sunday best on the never say die spirit of Brett Saberhagen. Levin will go one-on-one with the Patriots running back J.R. Redmond, and the Boston Herald's Red Sox beat writer Jeff Horrigan is in studio. He'll also have reaction from Nomar Garcia Parra on his return to action today. Join the Sports Sunday crew tonight at 10:30 after Fox 25 News at 10. Here's Derek Lowe into a tight situation.
Durham, who is facing Lowe, is 2 for 6 in his career against Derek.
Tying run at third, go ahead run at first. Durham takes a strike at the knees. Durham has reached on an error. He singled and scored in the third, grounded to second in the fifth, reached on a fielder's choice, stole second, and scored again last inning. Everett very deep in center. Lowe throws a close one that's a ball.
Now, welcome to the ball game, Derek. You get the same treatment as everybody else got in this one.
Lowe's had a very tough time lately. Had a real up and down season. There's a strike on the inside corner. Derek's allowed 11 earned runs in his last 14 in the third innings. That's a 6.91 ERA over his last 15 games. In the dirt, Hatterberg had trouble finding it. That'll allow the runner from first, Johnson, to take second. It didn't get far enough away from Hatterberg for Graffinino to try to come down the third base line and score the tying run. But now a base hit would likely give Chicago the lead with the runner Johnson at second. Foul ball. Did it actually hit Durham? Yes, it hit Durham and then hit Hatterberg. So Durham is hit by the pitch and he'll take first base.
Lowe trying to run the fastball inside on Durham. Looks like it gets him on the wrist of the hand, just like Daubach. Or was it on the end of the bat?
Jose Valentin.
I think it hit Durham. It does look like it's right off the knob of the bat from that angle. The Red Sox didn't protest.
Knob, then maybe the fingers or something.
Yeah. So now the bases are loaded. Here's Jose Valentin. Fastball up and away. Valentin has walked, grounded out. He homered in the fifth off David Cohn and popped out in the seventh against Bill Pulsifer. Low 1-0. Nubbed foul off the end of the bat. 1-1. But here in the late innings, one big situation after another.
It's been a good ball game here today.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. There's the good Derek Lowe sinker. Graffinino, Johnson, Durham. The runners from third to first. The 1-2 to Valentine. He struck him out. Derek Lowe gets the Red Sox out of the jam, and the Red Sox lead 4-3 heading to the ninth.
Here's the situation. Mother-in-law won't eat spicy. Father-in-law's got cholesterol issues. Aunt Frances has problems with Italian. And Uncle Fred is starving and, quote, lightheaded. We know nothing about Cleveland. We're here for a wedding, which may become a funeral if poor Uncle Fred doesn't eat soon. But with AT&T Wireless, in like 2 minutes, I'm holding in the palm of my hand the name and address of a respectable chicken joint. And it looks like Uncle Fred's gonna live to see the wedding after all.
AT&T Wireless. Your world close at hand.
Nice collection, Terry.
Nice reminder, too, Howie.
Of
the Sprint store at Radio Shack.
You're 2 minutes slow.
Actually, I'm thousands of minutes ahead.
Get 3,000 Sprint PCS minutes a month only at Radio Shack for just $29.99 a month for 6 months. Plus, save up to $75 in mail-in rebates.
But these clocks are still off.
Well, somebody should reset them.
While somebody else
Makes a few phone calls.
Only at the Sprint store at Radio Shack.
Pedro, listen up. First off, I want you to double up your windup. I want you to do a back kick and a front kick and a pitch. Secondly, I want you to try something a little robotic. They'll be so busy looking at you doing the robot, they won't be ready for the pitch. Are you listening? When you're shaking it off sometimes, don't continue, just pitch right from there.
Pedro Martinez doesn't need help with his pitching, but he does need help improving kids' lives. So every time you buy a McFlurry at McDonald's, 25 cents will be donated to the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Eastern New England.
Up, in, and around like that. Nobody's doing that today. We do it in Dorchester. All right.
4-3 Red Sox heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. Derek Lowe came into a tight spot, the tying run at third. And 2 outs, and he got Valentine.
Looks like the changeup from Derek Lowe had Valentine well out on that front foot. A couple of changeups in that at bat to Valentine to get the big strikeout.
Changes for the White Sox since Graffinino ran for Konerko. Changes are necessary. Graffinino remains in the game as the third baseman, and Jeff Leefer, who was at third, has moved across the diamond to first. The Red Sox will look for some insurance here against Gary Glover in the 8th with Bichette, Everett, and Daubach due up. Bichette 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Glover's pitched an inning and allowed 1 hit. Bichette goes after the first one and chops it to short. Valentine throws him out. Coming up this week on Fox 25 News at 4:30, if there was a fire in your kitchen, would you know how to use your fire extinguisher? Plus, is junk food at the office blowing your diet? We'll show you some easy ways to stick with your diet. And it's not just Swan Lake anymore. Nebois shows us ballet in the 21st century. Join us all this week on Fox 25 News at 4:30 with Jody Applegate. Everett takes the ball. Carl still trying to reach base for the first time in his 2 games. Upon returning from the disabled list. 0 for 4 yesterday, 0 for 3 today. Takes a strike at the knees, a ball and a strike. Well, the White Sox will get their big guns up there in the 9th against Derek Lowe. They have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. Carlos Lee, Maglio Ordonez, and Jose Canseco. Big swing, but a harmless fly ball to center. Handled by Singleton, 2 outs. Let's pause for station identification on the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
You're watching WFXT, Fox 25 Boston, home of the Red Sox.
Sean McDonough, Jerry Remy in a sellout crowd, 33,375 on hand. Well, it's a very entertaining game in the rubber game of this 3-game series. Story of the day, Nomar Garcia-Parra, 2 for 4 in his return with a homer and a single and 3 runs batted in. The 1-0 to Dahlbach. Strike on the outside part of the plate. Bryan's 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch to lead off last inning and scored the first of the 2 runs that gave the Red Sox the lead. Both runs charged to Alan Embry. He's the pitcher of record for Chicago. 1-2 now on Dahlbach. The ball high. Now the 2-2 pitch. Bounce down the line. It's a fair ball. Graffinino on the move. Nice play. And Glover has a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 9th. The Red Sox leading 4-3.
It's gonna be a magic summer with my Toyota. It's Toyota's magic summer, and you still have time to get the biggest cash back ever on Avalon. And you could save even more with projected ownership costs that are over $1,900 lower than the average in its class. It's gonna be a magic summer. Or get $750 cash back on 4Runner, or save thousands with special low financing. But it ends July 31st. Hurry, see your New England Toyota dealer now.
What kind of mom deserves a visit from a nurse at home after she's had a baby? The rich and famous? Nope. Every mom. First time, third time, adoptive. You just have to belong to Tufts Health Plan. Jack's my first. I was so nervous when I got him home. Then the nurse came by. She examined Jack. She examined me. Answered all my questions. Tufts Health Plan is the only one that offers this for every mother. You gotta love a health plan that knows moms need a little babying too.
Tufts Health Plan. Dedicated to a higher standard.
Boston Red Sox baseball on Fox 25 is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Celebrating 30 years of freedom. 30 years, one mission, low fares. By your New England Ford dealer. Visit your New England Ford dealer for the best-selling trucks on the planet. By Bud Light for the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light. And by your New England Toyota dealers, where you'll find exceptional value every day. Game summary brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. It's been a back-and-forth affair. Twice the White Sox led by a run early, and they led by a run in the 7th inning before Nomar Garcia-Parra's 2-run single with 2 outs put the Red Sox up for the first time. Nomar 2 for 4 with the solo homer in the 6th and the 2-run single in the 7th. Shea Hillenbrand has homered for the first Boston run. David Cohn a strong start, and the White Sox have missed a lot of chances. They've left 11. They left the bases loaded last inning, left 2 men on in the 7th inning. Carlos Lee, the number 3 hitter. He struck out, doubled a drive in a run, and walked twice. He stolen a base today. Maglio Ordonez, then Jose Canseco against Derek Lowe. Trying for his 21st save, trying to save it for Rod Beck. Trying to make it 11 wins in a row for the Red Sox in games started by David Cohn. Ball on a close pitch. The 2-1. Right down the middle, a strike. Chopped up the middle, Garcia-Parra there. 1 out.
Number 30, the right fielder, Maglio Ordonez.
There's Maglio Ordonez. He singled to knock in a run in the 7th. that time it gave Chicago a 3-2 lead. He's also walked today. Takes the ball low. Derek can retire the side in order. It would be a rarity. He's only had 5 1, 2, 3 ninth innings in save situations this year.
Looking to pick up his 21st save.
Swing and a miss by Ordonez. He's 3 for 11 in his career against Lowe.
Good sinker there by Derek Lowe. Bottom fell out of that pitch.
He seems to have a good sinker today. There's some who thought because of the problems that he's had with hanging curveballs, he's become too reliant on fastballs. 1-2 pitch. He struck him out.
Well, when you throw sinkers down in that area, even if there's contact, you're not going to get hit or hurt bad by it. It's probably going to be a topspin ground ball.
You could throw 100 of those in a row and they can know it's coming and they're still not going to hurt you with that.
No, and if they do make contact, it's not going very far.
So the White Sox down to their final out, and it's Jose Canseco, who has the knack for showing up in the spotlight when the game is on the line. They have a shift on in the infield, and Canseco takes the ball up and in. Jose's 0 for 4 today. Hasn't had it out of the infield. Has struck out twice. He's 2 for 10 in the series. And he's 1 for 13 lifetime against Derek Lowe. The one hit was a home run. It's just gone final in Toronto. The Yankees have defeated the Blue Jays 9-3. So New York has won 8 in a row, and the Red Sox will need to win this one to remain 3.5 games out in the American League East. Tony Graffinino due to bat next if Canseco reaches. He had a big hack at the 2-0 and couldn't get to it. 2 balls and 1 strike. At the knees. Canseco thought it was low, and he might be right. Now it's going to be anybody's guess, I guess, all the way to the end, Jerry. What's a ball and what's a strike today? Fans on their feet. The 2-2 pitch. He struck him out. A 1-2-3 ninth for Derek Lowe, and the Red Sox are victorious, and Nomar Garcia-Parra's returned to action. And he was the major reason why he drove in 3 of the 4 Boston runs. And the Red Sox make it 2 out of 3 this weekend over the Chicago White Sox.
Once again, the great sinker here by Derek Lowe. That's almost the same spot that he got Ordonez on. Lowe very effective in this ball game here today.
Final score, Boston 4, Chicago 3. Back with the totals and more from Fenway Park right after this.
What makes Fox Sunday's best? 14 Emmy nominations. The best animated shows, Futurama, King of the Hill, and The Simpsons.
Woohoo! Simpsons rule!
Sorry. The best comedy series, Malcolm in the Middle.
Nice job!
With an impressive 8 Emmy nominations.
Yeah.
And the powerhouse drama, The X-Files.
Tell me it's true.
Congratulations to all our Emmy nominees.
Begins tonight at 7 on Fox 25.
Up to $2,000 on a Dodge Ram or Dodge Dakota? Nice. Up to $5,200 in finance savings on a Ram? Oh, yeah.
Save big at the Team Dodge sales event.
Here are the totals for today's game. For Boston, 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, and 6 men left on base. For Chicago, 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and 11 men stranded. The winning pitcher, Rod Beck, his record now 5-3. Derek Lowe saved it, his 21st. And the loser, Alan Embry, was victimized by the big error in the game by Jeff Leifer. He's 0-1. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 2 minutes before a sellout crowd of 33,375. They watched Nomar Garciaparra return to action and in his season debut go 2 for 4 with a homer and a 2-run single. And Nomar joins us on the field now. Nomar, thanks for coming back out. Why don't you just start by telling us what you're feeling right now after this great day?
Well, I'm pretty excited. I'll tell you what. It's a good win for us. We came in there and did some good things to battle back. And, I mean, it was such a warm reception for me. I couldn't thank these fans enough. I mean, it's something special. That's why I love playing here.
Nomar, it's the first time in my life I've seen a guy go out prior to the ball game when they start throwing the ground balls around, and you got a standing ovation on the first throw you made to first base.
Yeah, like I said, it's pretty nice. I mean, it's such a warm feeling inside. I had everything going through me. I was anxious, anxiety, nervous. I had everything. And these people, like I said, the people here in Boston, I love it, and they make me feel at home.
Well, let's go through the day from start to finish. We covered the pregame part of it. Wouldn't you know, the first ground ball of the game would find you.
Oh, of course it was.
That was a ball that could have been scored a hit, we thought.
Yeah, well, you know, you got one of the fastest guys in the league out there running from the left side, broken bat, you know, but I don't know. I go, no, the scorekeeper hasn't changed, right? So it's still
Not
there.
so
you know,
far. We think that might be one that is changed in the postgame.
I go, maybe it's flattering, you know. They expect me to make it, so that's a compliment, right?
Nomar, when you get into situations, you have not had a lot of at-bats, obviously, and you're facing Major League pitching for the first time today. It certainly had to help when you got 2-0 and you pretty much expect to get a fastball there with the bases loaded.
Well, yeah, I was hoping for one, definitely. But, you know, I figured they're going to challenge me early, especially, you know, with the wrist and everything. And, you know, I have to go out there and show that I'm able to hit, you know, early on. I can't just assume I can't assume that, all right, he's going to be the guy that was there last year or whatever. I don't even assume that myself. So, you know what? I'm working hard every day to try to get back to what I need to be.
Let's take a look. I don't know if you can see a monitor, Nomar, but the fans at home will be able to see. Let's talk about your home run first in the 6th inning, your first hit of the season, as it turns out.
Well, it's nice to get one. You know, I was just trying to get a hit. You know, I wanted to make contact, and I felt like the first 2 at bats, I was swinging to make contact. And this time I was like, you know, let's try to swing and get a hit. I think most ball players can tell you that there are times where you're up there, you're just swinging just to try to make contact, and that's really not where you want to be. And I said, you know what, let's attack it. And I got lucky.
Nomar, defensively, watching you throw between innings during the game, it looks like no problem at all with that nice little flip throw you have.
Yeah, it's been feeling pretty good. I think that's, you know, my biggest concern is trying to stay loose out there. I mean, these warm days really help out a lot, especially early on coming back. You know, throwing is probably going to give me more difficulty that I think, you know, when you're sitting in between innings and stuff and loosening it up. But, you know, after a couple throws, it's ready, and that's been making me feel pretty good that I can go out there and do that.
Nomar, congratulations on a great day, and thanks again for joining us.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Nomar Garciaparra, 2 for 4 with the homer and the game-winning single that drove in 2 in the 7th. And many of the fans still here to salute their hero as he heads toward the clubhouse. Once again, the final score, the Red Sox 4 and the White Sox 3. This is the Fox 25 Red Sox television network.
Play of the game is brought to you by New England Ford dealers, and it's going to be the base hit by Garciaparra up the middle with the bases loaded and 2 outs to give the Red Sox the lead in this ball game. For the best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the planet, visit your local New England Ford dealer or log on to newenglandford.com.
We hope you'll join us again Friday night from Fenway Park as the Red Sox face the Texas Rangers for the first time this season. Alex Rodriguez and the Rangers are in for 4 games. Game time Friday night, 7 o'clock, right here on Fox 25. Stay tuned now for News Radio Joined in Progress. For Jerry Remy, Sean McDonough saying so long from Fenway Park. This has been a presentation of Fox 25 Sports.
Closed captioning sponsored by N-Star.